Good morning. It's time for the Morning Bus Show on Unicar Radio International 103.5 FM. That was apt by Rose and Bruno Mars. Good morning. Good morning to you listening. And good morning to you. Tune in. Good morning to everyone inside and outside the university space. Good morning to everyone inside and outside Cross River State. We greet you specially. It is time for the Morning Bus Show on Unicari International 103.5 FM. My name is Sharon Antagaita, and I'm one of the people that will give you a smooth drive through your morning, accompany you, escort you through every segment of the show, and also escort you through your morning. Also, trust me, every segment of the show is designed to make sure that your morning goes smoothly well, to make sure that you laugh, to make sure that you have sweet melodies through your airwaves. How are you doing this morning? How did you wake up this morning? On the right side, on the wrong side, the middle side of the bed, or did you fall the other way? Did you fall over, or maybe you rolled under your bed? How did you wake up this morning? Did you wake up cold like I did? Did you wake up feeling hot? Did rain fall in your area? Was it flooded in your area? Because I heard that it's flooded in some places in Cross River State. Did it flood in your area? Is there lights in your house? Because I left lights in my house. I don't know whether it will still remain because the way the clouds are darkening, it's possible that they may take the light because of the rain. But how are you doing this morning? How are you doing today? Are you going to wake up and go to work? Or are you on your way to work? Or are you going to be at home? Reveling in this weather and relaxing. Get to talk to us, get to call us on 0809 4444 0809 4444 Like I don't do this alone on a normal. Like I have full squad, but Obi Thompson is here, and together we're going to escort you through your morning. Obi Thompson, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Malabite and Malabrasis. Good morning to you other listeners to us this beautiful morning. And thank God it's Tuesday morning. So I hope you're preparing for work, and I hope you're doing exceptionally well. Just like you said, we didn't have light all through the night, and
Yeah.
then well, I was like, I think it's because of this rain or something. Maybe two, three, or four poles are falling
It rain in your
somewhere,
area?
and all of that. Yeah, it rained in my area last night. Yeah, through evening. I think around 6, around 5, 6,
Mm.
all throughout the night. It was raining, but it wasn't that severe kind of rain.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just a little kind of rain.
Oh, that's nice. At least you slept well now. The rain
Yeah,
helped you
sure,
sleep well.
sure. Everywhere was very cool, despite the fact that there was no light to turn on the fan or AC and all of
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. It was very at least when there's no lights, there's free breeze. There's
exactly.
fresh air, natural air.
Yeah,
I
sure.
slept, I didn't even realize when I slept off. But I slept off. And I now woke up. I think I slept by past 12. And then I woke up,
Okay.
I saw 25, like 4:55, and I was like, okay, let's stand up and start doing what we're doing. We can't sleep because if I sleep more than that, I would wake up by 6 and I won't be able to meet up with the show. So my morning went fine. It was quiet. The way I
Okay.
like it actually, because why would your morning start on a loud note though? So I was quiet most of the time. I was preparing quietly because I actually do not have the strength to converse with any individual. But how did your evening go though? Because I know that after the show there must be drama upon drama upon drama, at work and your different commute. So how did your evening go?
Yesterday, I don't know. I actually was supposed to have a date somewhere, and then
With Queen.
boom, just all of a sudden, and then the person was like, "Where are you guys? Where are you? Where are you?" I've ordered for the fish. I've ordered for that. I was like,
Wait. A date with
guy,
one person, or you had a
yeah,
hangout?
we were supposed to have a date with someone, and
Ah.
so, and then
Mm.
I was like, "Go ahead, eat the fish, but I hope you have some money in your account because the network is bad." And I had issues in my app to make transfers and all of that, so
Now
I
your
didn't
type.
go
Now your
anywhere.
type of people are they try avoid. Now your type of people are they avoid
Yeah, but
on
it
a
was it
normal.
was somehow terrible though, and then that's why for you out there, if you know you must do something, must get something, ensure you have at least an equivalent amount of that money in your
I
account,
don't
so
even
that in
see.
case you go and chop something
I don't see the
somewhere,
reason
guy,
why you
you
should
go wash
even.
plate.
I don't even see the reason why you should order. Meanwhile, the person that is supposed to pay is not around yet. I don't see the reason.
I don't want to call it desperation though, but
Desperation. I feel like it's
there are
not
some
desperation.
cravings.
It's lack of it's
There are
lack of
some
self-respect. To be very
Okay, so
honest,
there are
to
some
me
cravings you
though,
should be very wise of,
I feel
knowing very
like
well that you, on the other hand, do not even have the money at all to eat as little as probably how do they call it? That so gary
I feel
guy,
like I feel
you know.
like if if you are going out on a date with somebody, you should buy what you can pay for, so that in case the person bails on you, you can easily pay for the thing. Most of the times I start with bottled water.
Yeah. So
Guys, if I am not, if my I'm trapped or something like that, or maybe I'm agitated, because most of the times on dates, especially when I want to meet somebody new,
So
I
I
usually
don't
get
know. I don't
nervous
know
for
if
some
it was
reason.
actually my fault.
Mm.
Yeah, because I had to let the person know that. And of a truth, yesterday, after my morning show, I went to the bank to go rectify something. So I can't log into my app in my account. Okay, so and then my ATM, I don't even know where that one is because it's been a
You don't
long
know
time I
where
actually use
you
it.
don't use your
So I
ATM.
use my app to make my transactions. I can just go
You
to
don't use
anywhere.
your
I
card.
like it's been
So
pretty
it's,
long. I use
how do
that
you
card.
do
Yeah.
transaction? Cash?
No,
Cash?
like I just
Transfer?
use my app. I use my app to
Huh.
make transfer. So my app automatically locked out a couple of days ago, and
Oh
then I
wow.
went to the bank to go rectify that.
Okay.
And so when they said they are going to give me about 40, is it 48 hours or thereabouts? And then I tried to explain to this person that look, I can't make a transfer. I'm having, and then the person was feeling like, oh, it's because he actually said he wants to eat fish. I said, okay, go and eat the fish. Pay, I will definitely make reimbursement to you. And for where I am, it is raining. I can't even come out. I don't even have an umbrella. And the
So
person
you
was like, no, that he wants to eat the fish. I said, go ahead and eat the fish. Is it fresh fish?
so the person wanted you to pay for what you will not end up
Okay.
eating.
Now, funny enough, how I wouldn't even be there. First of all, I wouldn't. I was supposed to be there, but because of the rain, I can't go out. Okay, get it. Since you said you're close to the place, now
Mm.
just go ahead. Just go ahead. Get it. You say no that he wants to go with the friends so that at least they can also have a taste of it. And I'd say, wow, that's interesting. But you guys could just go ahead. You can contribute money to pay for it, and then when you're done, once I rectify my issues in the bank, that will be tomorrow, and then I'm gonna make transfers for you guys. I'm going to reimburse that.
You guys will
And
be
they said they
fine.
didn't have money.
You
So you
guys will
didn't
be
have
fine.
money and you didn't even have transport. So I'm going to be the one to pay your transport to that place.
Jesus.
Oh, Chim, God, why
Jesus.
am I meeting this kind of situation?
Ah, God,
So it
that's
was
it
really
for
terrible.
you.
So yesterday evening was a kind of dramatic. It was a kind of dramatic. Yeah. Not like I actually opted for this though. I just had a call. Oh, are you Thompson? I said yes. Please, oh, we want to go and eat fish. I say,
You
there's no
don't know
problem.
them?
I know the person though, but not too kind of
Not closely.
close like
Then
that.
you have no
Yeah.
right to collect my money. Oh. I don't
Well,
understand. You
um,
even engage in the conversation, sir.
how are you going to do now, guy? You won't show
No,
yourself
you
now.
engage in a I will not show myself, oh, please. If you engage in a conversation, because if
So
you don't know me, if you don't even have the audacity to even call me and say you feel like doing this, except
well,
this as play. And I'd be like, oh, have fun now. Like, you're supposed to be, yeah, now you're supposed to give me
yeah.
money, that kind of thing. Do you
Mm,
understand? But the fact that it's your audacity to,
yeah.
I just can't even, please. I can't.
So, well, I was able to curtail that
Mm.
after some hours, couple of conversation. I have to even make a video. I think I have a short clip of it. That it's raining over here. I can't even pull out of the house. Not to talk about getting a vehicle to take or either keke. And that time there's no keke roaming around, so
But
I can't
speaking,
even get to the junction so I can get. And then ordering boat, I can't even pull out from here to where the boat is even going to stop for me to come outside. So it's raining severely, and then my umbrella is too tiny that I can't use that kind of umbrella under that such amount of rain. And I tried explaining. Shey na the talk
you
say you go
explain,
explain
sire.
tire. So I tried to explain and explain and explain and
I used to
explain, but
avoid those situations. Well,
yeah.
speaking of dramatic evenings, I had my own fair share of dramatic
Okay,
evenings.
let's hear
So
it.
I'm not even going to go dive deep into it, because if I do, I don't know, it's still something that actually pissed me off. Now
Okay,
somebody had an opinion
okay.
on how I go about some particular things, and this person, the way he said it, the way he said it was so demeaning,
Okay.
and he just did it to bring me down totally. And then it was not like everyone has opinions, everyone has it, and he used one very vulgar word that I cannot.
Use that. Okay,
It's not
pen
my
out
it's
now.
not in
Okay.
my speech pattern at all, so I cannot use it. So basically, he was like everyone has an opinion and whatever. And I was trying to communicate with him that, Oga, this is how you would have said this thing, and I would have taken it and be like, okay, I understand what you're saying, I'll work on it and stuff like that. But no, he ended up arguing with me, arguing that he was like, I expected you to be. I'm like, do I expect anything from you when you answer me, when you talk to me rudely?
Okay.
Because I am a civilized adult and I take you as such too. But if you want to behave like you are uncivilized and you want to behave like as if I am not a human being, I'm not an equal human being to you, then I mean there's no conversation we'll have here now. There's no
Okay.
conversation. So he tried, he was not like, since you don't want to since you don't want to accept it, that we should stop this conversation. I was like, we should stop doing this. Then he wanted to change the conversation. I was like, no, I will not do that. I will not stand for somebody that will make me feel inferior.
Yeah.
Because he made me feel like as if, okay, because he's a graduate and I'm still an undergraduate, he was trying to make me feel less knowledgeable than I
Okay.
actually am. Do you understand? So I was not having it because it wasn't making any sense to me. I even sent it to friends of mine. I sent some screenshots to a few friends of mine, and I was like, "Come, am I the one in the wrong here?" Then I had like a lot of views from I had views from like two of my friends. They were like, "He
Okay.
should have said this in a better way." Because imagine addressing me as baby girl. What's that supposed to mean? Like I was pissed off then because I was like, what is this? I had to record a full-on voice message expressing how I do not like that fact. I do not like the fact that you keep on demeaning me and expecting me to actually smile and tell you, oh, thank you for the insult you have given me. I will try and move forward from it. And the fact that he felt like there was no need to actually apologize for what he did. And he already has a complete different mindset entirely.
Okay.
That he feels like he could demean a lady to get his opinion across.
Yeah. So
And I was
I
trying to
think
tell him that, and he was like, no, there's nothing wrong with it.
okay.
And
So
I can't stand for this like that. So I just kukuma deleted the number and blocked the number immediately.
I think I love that part so much. Like, I think a lot of persons to an extent, if you have a conversation with someone and you feel like this person is either not tolling your part or this person is not actually satisfying you as an individual, I think that's why our social media platforms have been provided in such, even our smartphones have been provided in such a way that you could just, deliberately say, hey, enough is enough. I do not want this. And then to an extent, a lot of persons do not know how to sustain a conversation.
At all.
Okay, so if you do a particular thing and the person say, look, I don't like this, stop it. Yeah, I actually had a conversation, was it some couple of days ago, and then it was in a group. Then along the way, the person DM'd me, and when the person DM'd me, I said, well, but you have to be cautious of what you're saying in the group. And then the person said no, that he didn't like it. So I have to DM the right person that, look, you have to curtail it. You don't have to say this, use these words, because the person didn't like it. So because I'm the admin, I'm going to take down that particular
Post.
information down. Okay, so you don't have to do this. So if people say, look, I do not like these words, I did not like this, you have to stop it. There are persons who will be very comfortable for you to call them pet names, and all of that. But if someone say, look, I am not satisfied with this, you have to stop it. Don't make
Some
it
people,
like
some people don't understand. Some people don't know the general meaning of accurate emotional intelligence.
okay.
To observe that what you're doing. In fact, you don't even need to observe it. I'm literally telling you, I don't like this thing. In fact, to the point where he started calling me some names, I was like, don't do that. I'm addressed as Sharon, and it's Sharon that I want to be addressed as. I actually made it very straightforward without insulting anybody. I said it straightforward the way it's supposed to be, and he was still trying to claim rights. And I'm like, there is no need for a conversation. If you want to behave like as if, okay, you are in the right. There was a post that I made. The post read, the most dangerous form of blindness, mental blindness, is when you see only your own perspective as right. And I cannot agree more. Because I don't know how you live as a human being and you don't want to hear other people's perspective of different things. It's people's different perspectives of things that has made some particular innovations come together and make more sense. One person cannot be right all the time. Because we are not perfect. One person cannot be right all the time. And so I'm letting you know that this thing didn't sit right with me. Some people can take it. On a normal day, it depends on who is talking to me. Yeah,
Of
on
course.
some certain situations.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be like, okay, maybe this one I'll cruise.
Yeah.
But he was speaking, you don't even know me. That's the thing. He just got my number on the road, like he approached me. And I did not have the strength to start arguing. I don't want to give my number. So I just gave him, I was like, okay, let me observe. And then people were saying that, oh, I can be mean when my face can look very, very mean when guys approach me. So I said, okay, let me lighten up small and look at the nonsense that came to my DM.
Well,
Can you
I
imagine?
would just suggest that you keep trying, keep trying. You're definitely gonna meet
I'm
good
Thompson.
guys.
Thompson, I'm not trying.
Keep
Thompson,
trying.
I'm not
Keep
trying.
giving.
I was never
But
trying, Thompson. I was never trying for
so
anything. I'm good.
and don't
I
forget
am
that
good.
weekend is already in the corner, so you should have to keep doing it,
No, please.
because you're definitely going to meet. Keep fishing, it's just like a river. Keep
Thompson, not
fishing,
be me the
keep fishing.
fish.
You're going to
Not be me the
definitely get
fish. I
that
just want to let
that
you know.
favorite fish. Yeah,
Not be
for
me
you
the
out there.
fish. See, do you know? Do you know it pissed me off?
So
Like the funny thing is
I
that
don't know why
men.
people can't say I am sorry, and then I don't know why people can't say I wasn't gonna do this again. Yeah, I've had
You want to
conversations with
prove
people,
right.
and some persons will tell you, I don't like you calling me by my name, or I don't like you calling me by this title. I don't like you
Mm.
calling me by this way. So you have to adjust, and keep it the way the person wants it, until it gets to the point where the person feel okay for you to, then fine. Yeah, and a lot of persons do not know that when you go into people's DM and then you start calling them unnecessary names, it's part of harassment. And then a lot of persons could feel so embarrassed. A lot of persons, like a particular person we talked once, she is married. And she said, look, call me by my husband's name, not even my name, and that was just it. So that was how every one of us will have to address her. So that is how people want to be addressed. When I applied for Brigham Young University program, and so they will always keep a space where they ask you, how do you want us to address you? So people don't play with that. In the department, I think that is one of the things I should love to start seeing even in our Nigerian public universities or institutions. Okay, how do you want us to address you? And you put it there, and that is how they will be addressing you. Okay, but for you out there, if you know you're having all those funny names that you want people to know you for, don't forget, a time will come where somebody will say, oh, I know so person, let me put his name, and they will forget your real name. So if I were you, I'll stick to your real names, and make it amplified, so that in case of anything, people could easily get to reach out to you.
Well,
But there again,
my point in this conversation is there's some mindsets that need to be flushed down the toilet.
as
Because
simple as that.
there's some mindset that need to be flushed down the toilet. Men that feel like women are inferior.
Some
Men
men.
that feel I'm saying some men now. The men that feel like women are inferior, the men that feel like because you are more knowledgeable than this person, the person is inferior to you.
Okay.
Somebody that feels like because you are older than this person, the person is inferior to you. I don't know where all those ones relate in terms of intellect. I
Okay.
didn't see where there are some people that are young and still have the wisdom of people that are older than them. It depends. Everybody has different assimilations of different ways they assimilate information, different things they are knowledgeable in. Like the field that I'm knowledgeable in, some people are not knowledgeable in. And we all have our role to play in terms of society. So looking down on somebody and talking down on somebody, making the person feel inferior or want to feel inferior. It doesn't. It me. You can't even do it with me. It doesn't even work. Like I just knew immediately. Some girls, some ladies would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. They would apologize. Meanwhile, you are not even the one in the wrong. This is how this person would have said this thing that would have been different, and I communicated it clearly to this individual. But this individual decided to continue and felt like he was right. He was even making jest of what I was saying. I was like, okay, no problem. But I had to tell you that if the reverse was the case now, I would be regarded as a disrespectful girl.
Yeah.
Girl, oh, not woman. Girl. That's what they would call me. I'll be regarded as disrespectful, very disrespectful girl. But it is now like a man trying to do it to a lady. The next thing I'm hearing is, I expected you to be like, you expected me to smile and shine it after you insulted me, my dear. Like, I don't even understand the whole, how it relates though. So there's some mindsets that needs to be, questioned. There's some beliefs that needs to be questioned. If you are at a standpoint and you feel like you are high up, or you are higher than somebody because you are of a particular gender, or you're higher than somebody because you are older than the person. Because I've had issues where people will be like, you know, I'm older than you, and so you should not even be talking to me, sir. And I'm like, okay, carry your age and be going. Carry your age now. Since as age giving you money in any way. The people that I know that are younger are making more money than people that are older. Legit money, yo. So like all these mindsets and schools of thought that actually are the detriment of people's respect and dignity. We should actually stop that. We should debunk it. So the guys that feel like they can just throw their opinion out there and feel like they can throw it anyhow without actually respecting the person that is going to receive the information.
Yeah. And then
And the law help
on
you.
the other hand, traditionally or culturally, religiously, you could see that in as much as we know by our custom, African way of life, we understand that an elder is an elder. Yeah, but there again, sometimes as elders, we admonish us to be very civilized in our conversations, in our manner of doing things. And now that civilizations have actually set in, and this is why sometimes when I see people, we have this African culture in us that if you want to
Um
greet somebody, you put your double hands. When you want to shake, you put your double hands, to shake. But civilization has thought that that does not really entails that you're having respect for that person. You could just stretch forth your hands simply, and there's a way you put your hand and somebody will know that, yeah, this is still
He
part
can
of
even just
respect.
he
Yeah, you
can
could
bend your
bend your
head
head
a
and
little
all
bit.
of that.
There are ways
So
to show respect.
yeah, so that doesn't take away the fact that, yeah, you should also respect people irrespective of who they are, younger, smaller, older, educated, uneducated, for God has made all
Different
of us. Now this
genders.
this is why we are having our fingers, our palms per se, that all fingers are not equal. These are all adages that Africans per se have come out with. This is to help you and I know that irrespective of how people are small, irrespective of how people are great or mighty, allies in the society, everyone should be accorded that same respect. Okay, respect people for who they are, for what they are. Love everyone. We all cannot be the same. All of us can't be equal, whether we like it or not. Even in the animal kingdoms, whereas all are called animals, but there are more animals that are more animals than each other, of course. So please, for you out there, irrespective of your qualifications, irrespective of how much you're earning, irrespective of who you are, what you have to treat people the way they want to be treated. There are some persons who do not feel like, okay, I want this, so leave it at that. Don't pressurize people, don't force people, don't coerce people, and don't manipulate people to be the way you want
Yeah,
them to
in
be.
every
Okay,
space you
but
are
you have
in.
to try as much as possible for you to make your stance known.
In every space you are in, respect the people that are around you. It is reciprocal. Most of the time, even if the person is younger, older, there's a person I greeted. I came into a room, I greeted the person. And then she was like, "Hi, how are you?" Like I ended up having a conversation. When this lady found out that I was like up to 3 years older than her, she was like, "Ah, wow." And I didn't even know. She was not like she changed the whole demeanor, changed the entire. I was not like, "Why are you changing your demeanor? You're a human being. I
Okay,
greeted you. You greet me back. We good. Please respect people that respect people. After all, everybody has a right to dignity of person.
exactly.
Respect people. We have to go back to the music break. When we come back, we will take you through the weather forecast segment of the Morning Bus Show. This is Love Me Not by Raven Lene. Do not touch that. I will be back before you know it. Welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unica Radio International, 103.5 FM. My name remains Sharon Antagaita, and I'm here with Obi Thompson on the show. And we're going straight to the weather forecast segment. Time check is 58 minutes past the hour of 7. And this is the weather outlook for today, Tuesday, June the 9th, 2026. Expect a warm, mostly cloudy day with occasional rain showers and a chance of thunderstorms, especially later in the day. Temperatures should range from 23 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius, with high humidity making it feel warmer. In the morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., temperatures may range from 24 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 20 to 40%. It may be mostly cloudy with a few light showers possible, and humid conditions may make the morning feel warmer than the actual temperature. In the afternoon from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., temperatures may range from 28 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 60 to 70%. The highest likelihood of rain and scattered thunderstorms and outdoor activities may be interrupted by brief but moderate rainfall. In the evening from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., temperatures may range from 24 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 40 to 60%. Cloudy skies may be possible with occasional showers lingering into the night. Roads may remain wet, so commuters should plan accordingly. A general summary is that the temperatures may range from 23 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius throughout the day, and the rain chances may be from 60 to 70% overall. Conditions may be mostly cloudy, humid with periods of rain and possible thunderstorms. General advisory is to carry an umbrella or a raincoat if you will be out for long periods. The afternoon presents the highest likelihood of rain, so it's best to schedule outdoor activities earlier in the day. You heard here. I mean, when I was coming, there was a high chance of heavy rain because everywhere was dark.
Exactly.
And I was praying,
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, let me
I
come
think
to
it's
work
raining
before
in
rain
some parts
falls.
of Calabar
Yeah, yeah,
because
it should be raining in
while I
some
was
parts of
coming,
Calabar.
I was feeling so cold and I
Yeah.
didn't have to hurry. That's why I didn't have to sweat so much. So I was just strolling gently, knowing how cold the weather is. So for you out there, if you know this weather is not favorable for you, please stay indoors. Call your boss. I am sorry, boss, I can't go out because of my health, because of this, because of that, and stay indoors. Okay. Now you wear their life, now you they enjoy you. And life now once. No take your head gamble. Oh. Remember, say person when don't die, no feature for life. Ah, yeah, I remember that song back those days on one of this episode on NTA back then. Which I don't miss those episodes. Come on, it's always very fun. They talk about life experiences and all of that. So please don't gamble with your life. If you know this weather is not favorable for you to step out, please stay indoors. If you can come out, use your umbrella and stay safe at all times.
And also, please, to all the commuters on the road, drive safely. I beg. Drive
Wait till
safely.
you they speed. Wait till
Like,
you they
it's funny. Do you know the
speed.
funny thing?
You go
They
the splash
speed
person water. I go soon buy my own truck.
inside the university space, around places where people are a lot. Like if you around What's axis, you see a bus driver speeding past that place. Around main gate, you see somebody see speeding where you know that students are definitely committing and trying to cross the roads and everything. And the traffic lights that are supposed to even help us, they are using, some of them actually jump the traffic lights and keep going. Please relax, drive safely and smoothly because the roads will definitely be slippery and we do
Yeah.
not want to report any accidents the next day. So as much as possible, also prepare and gear up because if you're telling you that it's going to rain, at some point someone may actually come outside and want to compete with the rain. So as much as possible, prepare for the weather ahead. Prepare for Calabar weather because I mean it always catches most of us by surprise. This is Midnight Sun by Zara Larson. When we come back, we'll take you through the exchange rate segment of the Morning Bus Show. Do not touch that dial. We'll be back before you know it.
Yeah, God bless you for doing that. And I'm impressed.
And I encourage every student, staff, and all of you out there.
Now, henceforth, don't change the dial.
And you will not regret it.
I love Unica Radio.
103.5 FM.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, and bye.
Stay tuned to Unica Radio International 103.5 FM.
You are the best. Just how many years of existence? Thank you. Keep it up.
Welcome back from that commercial break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. And we're going straight to the next segment of the show, which is the exchange rate segment of the show. And so Obi Thompson will be able to take us on that segment of the show. So, Obi Thompson, what do you have for us?
Once again, welcome to that segment of the Morning Boss Show that brings to you how to, we just talked about the story this morning, right? So you have to check your pocket before you spend. And then while you're spending, you need to know how much you're going to spend so that they won't cheat you. So for most of you who will be paying your school fee in dollar, yeah, or paying with other currencies, out there. So you just need to know this morning that one Danish krone is costing Nigeria just 209 naira. And then one Swiss francs is costing Nigeria 1,709 naira. So we're talking about just one. We're not talking about 100. We're not talking about 1 million. But we're talking about just one Swiss francs is costing Nigeria 1,709 naira. So you can imagine talking about 100 Swiss francs. Man, that's so much money. That's so much millions. Okay, in naira, in Nigeria currency. So one Saudi riyal is costing Nigeria 363 naira, and then one West African cipher is costing Nigeria just 2 naira. One Japanese yen is costing Nigeria 8 naira, and then one Chinese yuan is costing Nigeria 201 naira. One South African rand is costing Nigeria 82 naira, and then one pound sterling is costing Nigeria 1,816 naira. Just one. So you can imagine having like 100 pounds sterling. Man, you're such a big man. You're such a big woman. You're such a big student. Okay, you're such a multi-billionaire Malabite or Malabress. Do you understand, right? So you could just imagine having 100 pounds. Man, you'll be walking on top of people's head. Then one euro is costing Nigeria 1,568 naira, and then one US dollar is costing Nigeria just 1,362 naira. Did I just say just? No, I'm not going to use the word just. My apologies. Don't worry. One US dollar, just one US dollar is costing Nigeria amazing 1,362. You got it right. Yeah, such a huge amount of money. So you can imagine having like 100 US dollar. You're such a billionaire. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're doing from the exchange rate segment of the Morning Boss Show. Sharon, you could take it from there.
Okay, thank you, Obi Thompson, for giving us the exchange rate segment. We're going back to the music. When we come back, we'll take you through the national holiday segment of the show. This is La 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 by Naughty Boy and Sam Smith. Do not touch that dial. Stay close to your radio set. and Sam Smith. Welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unicapital International 103.5 FM. It is 30 minutes past the hour of 8, and we're going straight to the next segment of the show, which is the National Holiday segment of the show. The first national holiday is National Call Your Doctor Day. National Call Your Doctor Day. So those that have
Family
personal
doctor,
physicians.
personal doctors, you could just reach out to them
Yeah,
and say, please come. Yeah, I think I have a personal doctor.
you
And
do?
there, yeah, she's such an amazing person. I call her mom. She's such an amazing person. Who, if I have any complaints, I just reach out to her and say, hey, I have this particular complaints, and you say, hey, come to the hospital, and so just go make some checks, and then get to make reports that okay, you're good, you're fine, you're this, you're that. So today is that beautiful day. You have to call your doctor and say, look, thank you so much for always being there for me.
Well, aside the appreciation, it also is a day to encourage women to schedule their yearly well women exams. So the well women exam is an exam for women to review their reproductive health. The reason
Okay.
why this day is observed is that women they delay their routine care. Most of them don't even have it. Most of us don't have it actually. They will delay their routine care and they place priorities before their health. So it's a day to remind each woman that we're not going for a checkup. And it's also reminding me too because I have to go to the hospital. I've equally been postponing it since I need to go for a checkup, and I'm being reminded too that I need to go equally. And so this day is to also remind you that in case you are delaying your doctor's visit, in case you are delaying your own checkup, please do well to put it in your calendar and to make sure that you avail yourself and go to the hospital. If you cannot go by yourself, you can ask a friend to help accompany you to the hospital. The next national holiday is National um excuse me, that's National Forklift Safety Day. National Forklift Safety Day. So this particular initiative was done by the Industrial Truck Association. There are like up to between 35 to and 62,000 injuries every year involving forklifts, and several cases involved bystanders or pedestrians. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration estimated that over 70% of these accidents were preventable. So this day is committed to the safety of those who manufacture, operate, and work around forklifts, an opportunity to highlight the importance of operator training and pedestrian awareness as much as possible. So a forklift is a particular machine that helps lift heavy objects from one place to another. And if it malfunctions, it's a heavy equipment. If it
Yeah.
malfunctions, it's possible that it may claim the safety of people around and the person that's operating it. So this is a day to actually, encourage the manufacturers of these products to actually make sure that they manufacture it to the point they manufacture it with the safety of people in mind, and also the people that are operating it to operate the people that are operating it should operate with expertise. You're not just coming to operate a machine. You are coming with the technical know-how on how to operate the machine and how to also do in case the machine has one fault or the other, in case it's making one sound or the other. So it's a day to encourage that we train people that operate these heavy machines,
Yeah.
not just even the forklift. It goes beyond the forklifts too,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of injuries that could have been prevented if the people that were running this thing would be um careful, would also be very very trained, because when you are trained in something, you have the confidence to do it properly. But if you're not
Exactly.
properly trained to do a particular thing, you'd find it very very hard to do. It's be very very stressful and very hard to do, and you'd also be compromising your own safety in the process. So this is a day to encourage the proper standardized manufacture of all these heavy equipment. Don't just manufacture any heavy equipment and sell it out there, for the safety of the people that are around, the person that's going to operate the machines. The next national holiday is National No Apologies Periods Day. No Apology Periods Day. Now, to the people that make ladies feel ashamed of the fact that they go through menstruation and everything, please please stop that. It's not a thing of shame. It's not a thing of shame. It is one menstruation is one thing that marks that let a woman know that she's no longer a girl and
Yeah.
she's transitioning into a grown woman. It is one of the signs in puberty you learn in your basic science, you learn in your biology. And so it's a normal biological process. And we shouldn't make women feel bad because they go through this natural body process. I'm sure that if some ladies wanted to stop, there were some ladies had the power to stop this particular biological process, they would. Because I'm telling you, some ladies go through a lot during this process. I don't know. I can't describe some level of pain that some ladies go through. I mean, I said it here before. Menstruation is according to research, is the pains in menstruation is likened to a heart attack. The pain that someone experiences in a heart attack. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how painful it is? And imagine now battling with pain and still battling with the shame of the shame that comes with the same pain.
Yeah.
So menstruation is not a thing of shame. To the girls, to the little girl that is listening to me that feels like it's something to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You should not be ashamed of the fact that you are going through this normal biological process that marks the beginning of womanhood proper. You should not be ashamed of this. And to the guys, to the young boys in the secondary schools that feel like it is something good that you're doing to make this girl feel ashamed of herself when she's going through her period process, please have a change of heart, have a change of mindset. It is not a thing of shame. It's a normal biological process. I mean, if you are knowledgeable to an extent, you've learned simple biology, simple basic science, they would literally tell you that it is one of the things a lady would experience during puberty. I mean, men have theirs. Why men have theirs and they're not ashamed of it? I mean, they would say it out loud. So why should a lady be ashamed of what is just a normal process? So please, this is a day to reiterate the fact that it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be ashamed of in any way. I mean, we live in a culture where that teaches us that from young age that periods are something that should be hidden, not discussed in public, which is a very, very biased concept. Because half of the population, half of the world's population has periods. I mean,
Yeah.
we have if you divide the population into that, the world's population, almost half of the population,
Yeah.
they go through periods.
Exactly.
And so some actually face very, 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 very hard symptoms when they actually go some change over time. Like
Yeah.
mine now, I may be bloated this time. The next time it may be something else. It may be eye swelling. The next time it may be entire face swelling. The next time it may be serious intense pain. The next time it may be utter tiredness. My own changes over time. It's not as if I know that when this time comes I expect so and so. And then the cravings, you'll be craving things that you'll be like, what is going on here?
Now there wahala they
What
always
is
dey.
going on here? So
Una
things
too
like
dey
this.
crave.
So things like this should actually be discussed.
Uh-huh.
Should not be. There should not be shame attached to the discussion of this thing. Because somebody posted something online. I was like, it was supposed to be funny, and he wanted people to agree with him. I was like, can we bring back the shame in talking about menstruation? And somebody was like, like, so I think somebody answered, give one savage response, and I was like, womanhood is proud of you. I think
Yeah.
she was like, when we bring back the shame of guys openly discussing their sex lives, no wahala, no problem. Because if men can equally discuss how they have, I mean, you see guys have a round table discussion on how they had their way with a particular lady, and you're telling me I should be ashamed of a biological process. I mean, we should actually come off it, because this culture of you are going, this period in your cycle, you should hide yourself, you should feel ashamed of yourself. No,
No, that
no,
that
men
shouldn't
shouldn't
be.
stand
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
I've
stand
I've
for that
I've
at
walked
all.
past in the streets where I noticed this, okay, and then I just politely walk up to the woman and said, "Look, ma, you just need to go, clean up yourself," and then she never even noticed it, and then all of that. So she was so happy, that I didn't have to this woman or begin to come
You
and
didn't have to shout
no,
it, all those type of thing, make her feel bad
yeah,
about it.
like it's I don't know how people do not see that these are just normal things. In fact, for me, I term it as a pride, for women, to actually go through all of this process is a pride. It's something special and unique that God has blessed them with.
It's
So
natural,
we
it's
it's natural,
healthy,
it's healthy. You know,
You
so I don't know
it's
why
healthy for a
some
lady.
men are looking at this to be something very dangerous, something very bad, something. No, 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 it's not. It's not bad. Okay, it's not something dangerous. Okay, it's something unique that
Well, in the
God has
light of
actually given to them.
this, we're still going to be elaborating more on the do's and don'ts of menstruation. So it will be elaborated more in the health and
Health and
wellness
wellness segment.
segment.
Okay.
But for now, we have to go back to the music. When we come back, we'll take you through the health and wellness segment of the show. This is Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Do not touch that dial. Stay close to your radio set. Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unicari International 103.5 FM. My name still remains Sharon Gaita, and I'm here with Obi Thompson on the show today. And we're going straight to the health and wellness segment of the show. And in commemoration with the fact that you do not need to apologize to anyone for menstruating, I'm going to be taking you through the do's and don'ts of menstruation because we cannot elaborate more. I cannot elaborate enough on this. Menstruation is a natural process, underline the natural, that occurs in females of reproductive age. Proper menstrual hygiene and healthy practices help prevent infections, discomfort, and other health implications. Now, the do's of menstruation, these include maintaining good menstrual hygiene. You can maintain good menstrual hygiene by changing sanitary pads, tampons, or menstrual cups regularly. Wash the genital area with clean water and mild soap. Always wipe from front to back after using the toilet to prevent infections. Use clean menstrual products. Use quality sanitary pads, the ones that work for you. There's some sanitary pad products that do not work for some set of individuals. Like I know the one that works for me, it may not work for the same person. Somebody may have something that may not work for me. It depends. So you have to actually know your own cycle, whether you bleed heavily, normally, medium, sorry, or light. You have to know your own cycle also, so that you know the sanitary products to use. Ensure reusable menstrual products are properly washed and dried before we use. I don't use reusable ones because I don't trust them. It's my own perception, but I don't trust them. So I use the ones I can easily dispose.
So I think that reusable ones sometimes are very okay for people. Now that one is just so that you, on the other hand, in case there is no money for you to go and acquire the other ones, you can easily make use. There was a time where we had to train a lot of Malabres on how to make reusable parts. By I think that was also co-championed by Rude Bedi from the Youth Friendly Hub. And so it's good that you as a girl know how to do all of this, so that in case you're not able to afford outside at that point in time, you can always make something like that and use it. Okay, so for you out there, and if you use it and it's good for you, please, we're not saying don't do away with it, but you know best for yourself. But
Yeah.
if you know, if when you use it, it is not okay with your own system or body, please discard it and stop using it, and make
Also,
provisions on how you can always maintain yourself.
yeah, also stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water to reduce bloating and help your body function properly. So I had an issue on Sunday. Yes, on Sunday I went to church. I didn't attend service. But I think I attended half of the service. I managed to hear the word, but I was escorted out by cramps. I sat down there in pain. I was like, I didn't even drink enough water, funny enough. So it now made my stomach start biting me on top. And it was not funny. Like when I say it was not funny, it's like as if someone with claws was scratching my stomach from the upper region down. I was in total and utter pain. I was uncomfortable. And then I was tired and it was hot. Like a lot was happening that day and it was not funny because I didn't drink enough water. I didn't have access to water where I was. I tried looking for I couldn't find. So I think the only thing that was available was soda. And I had to take that one instead. And it didn't even help me. It didn't go a long way to help me at all. There were painkillers. It wouldn't have made it better too. So I usually like to carry my water can so that in case I need to drink water, I'll be able to drink water during this time to avoid those issues happening again. Also, eat a balanced diet. Consume foods rich in iron, such as leafy vegetables, beans, fish, and lean meats to replace iron lost during menstruation. So, an adequate amount of blood has been lost due to this process, and so you need to replenish it because you don't want to be anemic at the same time. So you need to replenish it and you need to eat enough foods that contain adequate iron for your body. Foods, if you cannot you get hold of fish or beans or lean meat, vegetables, because we have a lot of foods that are rich in vegetables in this part of Nigeria.
Of
And so you
course.
should indulge in eating more vegetables. Leave junk alone for now. Eat enough vegetables as much as possible, even if it's not what you're craving. It's for your own benefit and for
Yeah.
your own good. So eat enough fruits and vegetables for essential vitamins and minerals. Also exercise moderately. Me, I don't actually subscribe to exercising at all because most of the times the pain will allow you stand up. They won't do anything. But light exercises such as walking, stretching can help reduce cramps and improve mood. I usually like to stretch. I like to stretch. I just stretch on a normal. Then if I have to walk, it's for a little bit and it should not be for a long period of time so that I will not
Okay.
end up standing one place and bending
Yeah.
and trying to
Just
salvage
like
the pain.
yesterday, we're talking about it on the State of the Nation show that look, I think we need to organize a little football match between the OABs and admins of management. We could
I don't
organize and
understand.
then go to a little exercise together and all of that. So this one way, most persons have never gone to exercise, have never gone to gym. Like us, we don't go to gym. We only trek.
Us.
Um,
How do you know I'm part of you?
well, you've not been going for an exercise.
How do you know I'm part of? Someone say, how do you
The fact
know I'm
that
part?
you trek,
What
the
if
fact that
I
you trek
what
from-
if I go to
the
night
fact that you
gym?
trek from your night gym.
So,
yeah,
so
is
what
not
if I go
show.
to a night
Forget
gym?
it. Forget it.
Jesus,
Once
it don't
somebody
show.
just
Try
see you
see
there, you know that
finish.
this one, bam, bam, bam. This one even spoon self no be carry for up.
Jesus.
Don't mind how.
see
Sharon cannot
finish.
even carry spoon.
Eh?
Not to talk about.
See, I'm
not to-
I'm stronger than I look. Oh,
Don't
I'm
worry.
sure. I wouldn't even argue with you.
I know
Time
why.
will tell.
Time will tell. I
Time
know.
will tell.
Definitely.
Anyways, let's just before they shade me and finish. Get adequate rest. Ensure you get enough sleep and
Okay.
allow your body to recover, especially if you feel tired during your period. So basically, my own is mostly it just comes with tiredness. I don't like stress. I don't want to be stressed. I don't even want to be talked to at some point in time. I just want to keep quiet and go home and lie down face flat on my bed. Or most of the times I like to sleep on the floor. On the floor, I just lay down belly flat on the floor, and it actually helped me. So when a friend of mine was going through the same like excessive pain, I told her, just lie down on the floor, let me see whether it will help you. And she was like, it actually helped them. I'm like, oh, thank you. Actually, it was what I discovered when I could not anymore. Like, just how you would toss and turn in the bed, and it's not allow you to sleep. Then you must stand up. So I think I discovered it by mistake. I just lay down on the floor, and it's the floor I found my safe haven, and I stayed there. I stayed there, and I recovered myself after like a couple of minutes. Then I still have to do what I wanted to do. Track your menstrual cycle. Keep a record of your menstrual dates to monitor your cycle and identify any unusual changes. Also, seek medical advice when necessary. Consult a healthcare professional if you experience very heavy bleeding, like the very, very, very heavy ones. Like, realize that you experience it to the point where you get dizzy. Yeah, you get and yeah, you experience it to the point where you get dizzy, because it's not supposed to be like that. There's heavy bleeding and there's too much bleeding. There's a difference. So report it when you experience heavy bleeding, severe pain, irregular periods, or other unusual symptoms. Like, I have a friend of mine that when she's going through this process, her whole face swells up and then she has sores on her body. I just see, girls are going through a lot. Ladies are going through a lot, and women during this
That's
time.
why if you see them on the road, dash them money.
Abi, I,
Have you
I'm
have you
making
forgotten
sense.
that
I'm
I'm
making
not a
sense.
fan to free money?
That is you, Topsy. That is you. Although some ladies have this dignity that do not collect it. Some have the pride that do not collect it. I wouldn't actually. Like, no, I wouldn't actually. If you approach me, I don't know you. Why are you giving me money?
Are you serious?
Like, what would you? But it's different if, okay,
Are
the
you
person says,
serious?
I'm very serious.
Okay.
I'm never playing true.
No
It's different if the person says, okay, I want to
Don't
pay
worry.
for your.
I will
Wait
pin
now.
I will pin the camera somewhere.
Wait,
And I'm going to use
Topsy.
somebody you don't know. And I'm going to
Topsy,
put that
wait
back.
first.
Continue. Don't
I
worry.
said, so it's different if you want to pay transport for the person, because some men don't like giving the money out like that, because it will seem disrespect to the lady. Some don't know, how some people would collect the money with open arms. They would appreciate it, but some ladies would see it as, why are you giving me this? Do you feel like I need? Do you feel like I'm poor or something like that? Some girls see it in a different way. So most of the times they just want to, like, sponsor their transport or buy them something and give to them. Even they buy them something and give self, some girls don't want to collect it. But see that sponsoring of transport, at least they know that, okay, something they can, wave off. They'll be like, oh, thank you. I've had times when I came down from the bus and then the guy was like, no, don't worry, I'll pay for her. I was like, I looked at the guy and said, oh, thank you. I'm sure thank you is never far from my mouth. Thank you very much. And then I walked away because I was actually very confused. But then I'm confused. Like, I'm confused. Why is this person paying for me? But I still appreciate them regardless. So the don'ts of menstruation include: do not neglect your personal hygiene, please. I beg you, as a fellow woman too, another woman listening to me, do not neglect your personal hygiene. Avoid wearing the same sanitary pad for too long. Do not use dirty or damp menstrual products. That dampness is not good for the internal area of that part of that region of your body. Do not use harsh products like scented soaps, sprays, or douches around the genital area, as they can cause irritations and infections. And trust me, you don't want to have an irritation there, because it will just destabilize you totally. It is about totally. It's not something you want to have on your mind. So please maintain personal hygiene as much as possible. Do not ignore severe symptoms. Do not wear tight or uncomfortable clothing. There are some fabrics that are not supposed to be found along that region. You see, you are only entitled to wearing cotton fabrics, cotton underwears, as much as possible, because they are soft, they are light, and they are not tight. Do not wear overly tight and uncomfortable clothing around that region. So the girls that wear leggings, those tight leather pants, I'm like, how do you guys survive? I'm a baggy pants girl. I don't like wearing tight things. This is a hug my body. Well, please do not wear uncomfortable and tight clothing. Do not skip meals. It's not the time to say I don't have an appetite. I don't have an appetite. Yesterday I almost tried it, but then I had my brother just dragged me. I said, "Let's go and eat.
Mhm.
Let's go and eat." I said, "No, I mean I cannot stay here." No, I'm like, I have to go and eat. I needed that push because I knew that if it was me alone, I would have sat down there. I wouldn't have done anything. I'll just be there until maybe something moves me. Maybe tiredness or hunger finally moves me to go and eat. So please do not skip meals. It can worsen fatigue, dizziness, and especially during heavy menstrual flow.
Yeah.
Do not self-medicate excessively. So I don't take pain medication because it doesn't help me at all. It just destabilizes, like it totally disrupts my cycle. So I don't like taking pain medication in any way. So it's something that I don't really I can't relate to. So if you want to take pain medication, it should not be in excessive quantities, because these drugs have a way of altering our cycle. They have a way of toying with it and playing with it.
Yeah.
So please do not self-medicate. Avoid taking pain medications without proper guidance or exceeding required recommended doses. Do not feel ashamed. Do not feel do not feel in any way ashamed of menstruation. Menstruation is a normal biological process and should not be a source of embarrassment or stigma. Also, do not share personal menstrual products. Sharing menstrual products can reduce the risk of infection and can increase the risk of infection and is unhygienic. So, menstruation is a normal and healthy part of life. Practicing good hygiene, eating nutritious foods, staying hydrated, and seeking medical attention when necessary can help ensure a safe and comfortable menstrual period. By following these do's and don'ts, women and girls can maintain their health and well being throughout their menstrual cycle. Like I said before, I keep repeating it, menstruation is not something to be ashamed of, it's something to carry with pride, because you are now a grown woman. You're a grown woman, you should carry yourself with such pride. You should carry yourself with such esteem. To the men that have ladies around them, mothers, sisters, siblings, classmates, classmates that are females, there's some men. I like the fact that there's some men that actually they can't relate to the pain, but they know that these girls and these ladies are in pain, and so as much as they're in pain, they try to support them as much as possible. Now I had a conversation with somebody on Sunday after when I came back from the episode I went through. And I was like telling him about it. I was telling him because he asked me how my day was going and how what happened. I said I didn't like it didn't really you know go well for me. And then he now shared his own experience. He was like, "You guys go through a lot too." And I've noticed this. Like, he had a friend he was working with. This girl kept punching him because of the excessive pain she was feeling. And I told him that's because she's comfortable with you. Because if she wasn't comfortable with you, she would just squeeze. Most of the time, she would squeeze her hands till her fingernails dig into her flesh. She would squeeze her hands. Most of the time, she would squeeze her body. You will even know. There's some girls that you will not know, but because you are close to her, she was like, okay, she's comfortable enough to hit you, because that thing I think it can get excessively painful. So to the guys that are around female figures in your life, female figures you respect, female figures that you know that are around you that you see every time, respect them, and also don't make them feel ashamed for menstruating. It's a natural body process, and so you should. It's breathing is a natural process. Menstruation is a natural process.
Yeah.
You can't stop breathing. It helps you live. Menstruation is the same thing. If a normal lady would usually menstruate at every month. That is if she is not pregnant.
Yeah.
She would menstruate every month. Why should a lady feel ashamed at a certain part of the month when it's a natural biological process? It's something we do here. We tend to make people ashamed, we tend to stereotype people because they feel like, okay, this particular body process is something that is somewhat abnormal, and so because of that we wave it off as and put it in the box of things that should be shameful. But I'm letting you know that it's not something to be ashamed of. And to the young lady out there listening to me, Do not be ashamed of what you should be proud of. Do not be ashamed of what you should be confident about. And to the guys that feel like, oh, when they're talking about all these things, do not. Why are you saying that in out loud now? Because I was telling somebody about. I think she asked me for pad whether I have extra one. Then the guy here I was like, why would I go to talk that kind of thing outside? Do you know what I did? Thompson, I raised my voice.
Yeah, yo.
I said, yes, so do you want the pad or not? I raised my voice. I said, me. Like, I don't understand. Why should I be ashamed of it? Why? If you guys can freely distribute condoms, I will say pads with full pride and my full chest because, why am I ashamed of it? It's like, so please do not be ashamed of it. It's a natural body process. Thank you very much, Azzy, for the health and wellness segment. And I hope you got something from this. I hope you got something from this. You should walk with pride because you are now a grown woman. Walk with pride.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going back to the music. When we come back, we'll take you through the people and culture segment of the Morning Boss Show. This is Houdini by Dua Lipa. Do not touch that. I'll be back before you know it. Houdini by Dua Lipa. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. And we're going straight to the next segment, which is the people and culture segment, another all-time favorite segment of mine. Now, on today's people and culture segment, we're going to be talking on Makoko. Now, sir, I'm going to like describe what this particular community looks like. So they usually refer to it as a slum, as the Venice of Africa. It's basically um made up of houses built on water. So like these houses, they seem like they are floating, but they are rooted deep into the surface of deep into the
Yeah.
it's like the ground.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the word I'm supposed to use to describe it. Deep shores of the water. So these houses are built there. If you're on a live stream, you can easily see what I'm trying to describe to you. So most of the times the transportation is canoes and not cars or bikes or minibuses. The transportation is mostly canoes, and we even have schools and other community-based things that happen there. I mean, an entire community, but it is hidden to an extent.
Okay.
Now, Makoko is one of the most famous and unique communities in Nigeria, located on the waterfront of Lagos. Makoko is often called the Venice of Africa because of of a large part of the community is built on stilts above the Lagos Lagoon, and many residents travel by canoe instead of by road. Makoko was established in the 19th century by fishermen, mainly from the Egu people who migrated from present-day Benin. They settled along the lagoon because it provided abundant fish and easy access to waterways for trade and transportation. Now, over time, the settlement expanded and attracted people from different ethnic groups and backgrounds, and becoming one of the most densely populated informal settlements in Lagos. One of the most remarkable features of Makoko is its architecture. Many houses, schools, churches, and markets are built on wooden stilts, driven deep into the lagoon floor. Yes, the sea floor house. That was the word I was looking for. Narrow waterways serve as streets, and canoes function as the primary means of transportation. Looky, I want to actually visit this place because it's looking very, very adventurous to um visit. Now, fishing remains a major occupation. It remains a major occupation for many residents along, although trading, carpentry, boat making, and other small scale businesses also contribute to the local economy. Despite numerous challenges, Makoko has schools and community organizations to thrive to strive to improve education and living conditions. They even have a school canoe. It's not school bus, like school canoe. I actually went online and I saw how there was a particular guy, he did through an initiative. So their canoe was dilapidated and they were using buckets. They would enter into buckets and use their hands to paddle themselves to schools. So this man didn't like it. He saw that because coming in contact with this water, these waters are not precisely clean. So coming in contact with this water could cause a lot of diseases and everything. So he decided to remodel the canoes that they were using as to carry them to school, and he fixed those buses. And if you see the smiles on the children's faces, the fact that children are living there and they are comfortable. They're going to schools, they're doing their thing, they're doing their basic things. Some people will look at it and be like, "Oh, I can't live in this certain environment. This environment is too dirty for me." Because I saw a lot of comments, and I'm like, this is someone's place of settlement, though. So I feel like there's some parts of in our culture that some people do not agree with, but they just have. But it's there. It is there for a reason. But it could be um improved on, do, and some parts of this Makoko have been demolished by the Lagos state government, I think in a bid to urbanize the region or something. The residents maintain a strong sense of community, cultural identity, and resilience despite economic hardships. Now, the challenges facing Makoko faces several significant challenges. I mean, it's not easy to live above water. There's a lot of things that would need to be done, in terms of disposal of waste, in terms of movement, because movement will not be so smooth because it's water. You understand? And then water moves with tides. You know how you cannot control your legs on water the way you would normally control them in on the road, yeah. So these people have to be very, very skilled in their movements. So some of the significant challenges that face Wakoko include poor sanitation and waste management. Most of the times, if you look into some videos that you see online, you see that most of those waste appear on the waterways, the same water that they're using, and it's that part for me was very, very sad to see, because it really exposes a lot of people to cases of cholera, dysentery, these water related diseases that we do not, and then malaria too, because these are large water bodies and they will definitely be breeding sites for mosquitoes. Also, limited access to clean water and healthcare services, frequent flooding and environmental hazards. Imagine when rain falls and the water level increases to an extent. Inadequate infrastructure and housing conditions, population pressure and overcrowding. Because it was a place that fishermen built for themselves, because they needed to be closer to the water, and then so that they'll easily transport it maybe to the main roads, to the markets to sell. But people now saw it as a place of primary settlement, and decided to come along and settle there alongside. So in a way, it actually it led to overcrowding. Also, threats of eviction and disputes over land ownership. These challenges have drawn attention from government, urban planners, researchers, and international organizations interested in improving living conditions within the community. Makoko is more than just a floating settlement, it's a vibrant community with a rich history, unique culture, and remarkable adaptability. While it's faced serious social and environmental challenges, it remains an important part of Lagos' identity and a powerful example of how people can build thriving communities in difficult circumstances. It's actually a beautiful sight to see, though, although it could be improved on, because I'm sure the people there have a lot of complaints and worries too. But it's a very, and then there's a very big thriving market, fishing market. They sell a lot of things. I went online, I saw they eat turtles. They eat. I'm like, I just saw. I was like, wait, they eat them. I was confused too, because how they also eat sea snakes. I think I saw crabs too, blue crabs too. I saw lobsters. I saw prawns. A lot of things. Then the other ones, yes, eel too. You know that electric fish. Yeah, you know that electric fish. So they also eat all those things. They fish them from the river and sell them in the market, and they would, in fact, they have a spot where they butcher them actually, so that they'll be able to sell to customers take home. They also market crocodiles too. I'm sorry, alligators, because according to them, the difference between alligator and crocodile. So they market alligators too, and also komodo dragons too. No, not Komodo dragons, monitor lizards. Excuse me, monitor lizards. They market them too. They say they are very good sources of meat and oil. A lot of things. It's a wide fishing community. So they would eat a wide array of things found close to or inside the river. So that's it for the people and culture segment on the Morning Bus show. We have to go back to the music when we come back. Before we come back, the news flash comes up by 9, and when we come back, we're going to continue with the top story segment. But in case you want to do more research on Makoko, I implore you to do so, because it's actually a very beautiful sight to see. Although
Places like Bayelsa State in Nigeria literally have majority of this kind of buildings around Bayelsa State and parts of rivers that also stay in this kind of areas, And in Cross River State, I think places like some parts of Calabar South may, like Bakassi also, and then parts of Akpabuyo also may have such kind of places as well.
well, it holds very high significance, but it could be the infrastructure could be improved upon, because
Yeah.
I think settlements like this are also in other places, but they are more improved than here. I think there's one in Qatar, if I'm not mistaken, Doha Island. So it's a luxury island in Qatar, if I'm not mistaken. But please, I implore you to do more research on Makoko today. This is Chihiro by Billie Eilish. Do not touch that dial. We'll definitely be back. Stay tuned. Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. Welcome back to the Morning Bus Show on Unicari International 103.5 FM. My name remains Sharon Antigaita and I'm here with Obi Thompson on the show today. Let's go straight to the top stories segment of the show. The first top story is from the university space. Unical French embassy trains students staff on digital tools, bilingual careers. Now, the Center for French and Digital Technology, University of Calabar, UNICAL, in partnership with the French Embassy, has trained staff and students on digital tools and bilingual career opportunities. Speaking at the Godswill Apabio International Conference Center during a one-day training workshop, the director of the French Center and convener, Professor Gloria Okon, urged staff and students of the institution to take full advantage of the learning and working tools provided at no cost by the French Embassy and UNICAL. She said the resources were designed to improve digital competence and French proficiency. Professor Okon further emphasized that access to digital platforms reduces barriers for students who cannot afford private training, making quality education more inclusive. She added that UNICAL remained committed to positioning its graduates for global relevance through strategic partnerships like the one with the French Embassy. Dr. Queen Ayeni, head of Department Foreign Languages and Diplomatic Studies, highlighted the need for the training. She encouraged staff and students to apply the skills to gain maximum benefits in academics and future careers. Dr. Ayeni noted that proficiency in French and digital tools gives staff and students an advantage in diplomacy, translation, and international relations. She also stressed that the department will continue to create opportunities that prepare staff and students for both local and global job markets. The director of Servicom, Professor Bassi Oben, delivered a lecture on the importance of bilingualism. He said speaking French alongside English opens doors to international job opportunities, foreign scholarships, and global exposure. He also described bilingualism as an added advantage that gives an edge over others who are not bilingual. Professor Oben explained that employers and scholarship bodies now prioritize candidates who can operate in multiple languages. He urged staff and students to see French not just as a course, but as a career tool that increases mobility and competitiveness. Mr. Feitimi Henry Babajide, project coordinator for French language at the French Embassy Abuja, expressed satisfactions with the progress of the French Center and department. The project coordinator, who had earlier inspected the French lab, said the facilities can support high standards of learning, international exposure, and greater opportunities for staff and students. He acknowledged the efforts of Unical management in sustaining the partnership and maintaining the lab to international standards. Mr. Eric Kufeji, director of Maison TV5, let me take that again. Mr. Eric Kufeji, director of Maison TV5 Monday, Lagos, trained staff and students on the use of TV5 Monday and IF class platforms. He said the platform helps beginners master French through interactive content and digital tools. Mr. Kufeji demonstrated how learners can practice listen and speak and also practice grammar at their own pace using these platforms. Staff and students were introduced to the Diplôme d'études en langue française and Diplôme approfondi de langue française, official diplomas awarded by the French Ministry of Education, as well as French for specific purposes. The event was attended by staff and students from the Department of Foreign Languages and Diplomatic Studies, other departments, deans, and directors. This is from the Public Relations Unit, University of Calabar. French is one language that I learned and then stopped at secondary school, and I really, really wanted to pick up again. But because of lack of time and everything, because I like languages and how and the makeup of different people's languages, but French in particular is one thing that intrigues me the most. And I feel like this is one opportunity that you should not, as a Malabite or Malabrese, you should not do not pass by. It's a very nice opportunity to be bilingual. Was it knowing another language aside your local dialects and aside English is something that could help in the long run, especially when because I'm sure we do not want to be in Nigeria for a long period of time. At least to go and see the world and come back.
Go and do what?
Go
See
and see
which
the world
word.
and
The
come
word that
back.
you're saying is not enough. We know they go anywhere. We will remain here.
No, I'm
So
saying
just
in case you
don't
have,
worry
in case you
now.
have,
We know they go
let me
anywhere.
finish
No
now.
finish, oh.
Jesus. In
You see
case you
this
have
country, we go
anybody.
remain here. If you like, go learn all the languages. But however, I think
I was saying, in case you have somebody that is, French, that is not coming in. See,
oh,
language is a very nice
so
language.
you're
I
not
think
going out
I
again.
still
Don't
have,
go out.
I
All of
still
us will
have
remain
some of
here.
my
Okay.
pronunciations right from
Okay.
French things, because I pride myself. I was one of the best
French.
in
Once you
French
just tell me bonjour
language.
is okay.
It's not. No, it's actually a very nice
Oh,
language.
okay.
Especially when you hear them speak it. Although, I realize that the French you speak in France is different from African, the ones you speak
French.
in other
Eh.
francophone countries in Africa. Like I don't know how you can hear a Frenchman, like a Frenchman,
Okay.
speak I can hear the Frenchman's French language more than I can hear the African Frenchman's language. I don't know whether they mix it with their accents or something. But yeah, most of the times. But I feel like this is a welcome development. I like the fact that we're diverse in different ways. I'm not just focusing on one place. I'm not focused on one department or one faculty. We are diverse in a lot of ways, and we're making a lot of very, very pivotal collaborations with a lot of high ending associations that we and we'll definitely see the product of it in the long run. And I'm sure people will be able to plug into this and appreciate it, plug into this opportunity and appreciate it properly, because you don't know where you find yourself. You don't know where you find yourself. You don't know where this language actually help you, because sometimes when maybe somebody would converse in this particular language and you thank God that you understand it, so that you'll be able to communicate properly with this person. So having the know of a lot of other languages, it's a knowledge that you feel like it may not help you now, but it may help you later on in life, especially if for somebody that wants to travel the world and wants to do businesses outside the country and involves a lot of people. Yeah, so this is actually a very welcome development from the university space.
Yeah, I was
We
saying a
applaud the
big
management.
congratulations to them, and then for students out there, please. Now, don't be too. Oh, this is not my course. This is not my field. I don't want it. Please seek for those opportunities. We're talking about this with a particular person some days ago, and I'd
Mm.
say, look, if I have my way, I will ensure that my children would definitely be, are going through all of this cartoon that has to do with language, learn language, and all of
Do you
that.
know whether
Because,
they still do it in primary schools and secondary schools? Because
well,
it's toned down
yeah,
actually.
it's turned on it exactly. Now, I think some school could, especially children at nursery level, could seize this opportunity to start teaching them all
The
of these languages.
alphabets,
Yeah,
yeah, just at
teach
least
them all of
the
these things
basic
because
things,
that
what.
is it's just like back then they say come and do French in French in the university. At some point in time, but well, I found it interesting, but I didn't find it necessary at that point in time because for me, I think what I am thinking it's quite different from bringing that into my mind. So I think those children, when you bring up all of that in those little children, they will grow with it. They'll have to love it. They'll have to cherish it.
Yeah.
And then it will be part of them, part and parcel of them. So when we do this thing, it will help those children to grow properly. However, I think for you out there, Malabites and Malabresses, seize this opportunity to ensure that you are versatile. Now, you might necessarily not get food in your table using your certificate, but you could see an opportunity from the states, from the local government, from the country, that, okay, we want people who can interpret or someone who can interpret language to this person, this contractor, this, boom. The next thing, if you go to Mariam Market, Wat Market, let's say for those of you in Calabar, you could say that a lot of time you see these foreigners, okay, going around with Nigerians, showing them around, buying stuffs and all of that. So that's your role, and you're paid heavily. Do you understand? You're paid heavily, so it might necessarily not be your certificate though. So do all you can to ensure that you make use of this great opportunity.
And health wise, it actually helps you helps your brain, your cognitive process, to learn more than one language. According to PMC, National Institute of Health, multilingualism improves executive function, memory, and task switching abilities. Research shows it can even delay the onset of cognitive decline and dementia, because there's a part of the brain that is definitely coding for learning new languages, learning new skills, and
Yeah.
that part is active. And as much as it's active, your cognitive process will definitely be active, and it will not decline on time, and to it's it delays the onset of dementia. Now that's why it's very, very important to learn more than one language at least. If your local dialect, English, and you could strive to learn another language. You could strive to learn German, the French that we now have here. It's an opportunity to learn. And French to me is a very, very lovely language to learn. Though I don't know, like the I had teachers there that made me love French language. And my mom is also a French major. So she's somebody that has traveled to French countries and has come back. I said this woman can rap, can speak the French very, very, very well. And I'm like, I used to be in awe because how do you know more than one language? And she's schooled here in University of Calabar actually. So it's actually a welcome development to actually know um a lot of languages, because I think she has been in places where she was supposed to get something at a market in Lagos, and this guy was speaking French. And the thing helped her because she could easily speak the French to him. And so the fact that they could speak French together made it helped her to bargain properly. It also helped her to get goods for her money, and it fostered this nice friendship. So now she that person is now her customer. So anytime she wants something, she can easily go there. Amongst other things, it also helps you to compete in the global space, especially when you find yourself with business partners that want to invest in your said business or something like that. And then you have someone that is a French person or French speaking person. You could be that person that could easily translate it to English in case the person cannot speak proper English. So you can easily translate it to the person. It
Exactly.
has a wide range of benefits. So I feel like every Malabite and Malabash should plug into this as much as possible. No knowledge is a waste at the end of the day. So the next top story is from WAEC. WAEC warns schools supervisors against extorting WASSE candidates, vows prosecution. The West African Examination Council (WAEC) has warned schools, supervisors, and invigilators against extorting candidates sitting for the West African Senior School Certificate exams, describing the practice as illegal, unethical, and a threat to the integrity of its examinations. In a press release issued on Monday by its head of public affairs, Moyosola Additional, the examination body said it has received disturbing reports that some supervisors and schools were demanding money from candidates under various pretexts, including transportation of examination scripts, welfare packages, and unauthorized cooperation fees. WAEC also expressed concerns over reports that some schools were collecting money from candidates for CAPEC calculators that had already been provided free of charge by the council. The council condemned the practice and directed all school proprietors, principals, supervisors, and invigilators to immediately comply with its regulations. According to WAEC, no money should be collected from candidates or their parents on behalf of examination officials under any circumstance. The council also instructed candidates, parents, and members of the public to promptly report any extortion attempts to the appropriate authorities. It stated no collection of money from candidates or parents for any examination official. Immediate reporting of any extortion attempt to the zonal coordinator or branch controller of or via public affairs at waec.org.ng and the HNO WAEC Lagos at yahoo.co.uk. I'm going to take that again. You can do your immediate reporting of any extortion attempts to the zonal coordinator or branch controller or via public affairs, their website, public affairs at waec.org.ng and HNO WAEC Lagos at yahoo.co.uk. No harassment or intimidation of candidates for refusing to pay unauthorized fees. WAEC warned that any school or examination official found violating the directives would face severe sanctions. Schools or officials found violating these directives will face strict sanctions, including derecognition, blacklisting, prosecution, and referral to relevant authorities for disciplinary action, additional added. Reaffirming its commitment to credible examinations, WAEC said it would continue to protect the integrity of its assessments and interests of Nigerian students. WAEC remains committed to protecting the integrity of its examinations and safeguarding the future of the Nigerian child, additional stated. So, Thompson, what do you think about this
Yeah,
whole
so
scenario?
it's a welcome development. Usually they say this, but monitoring and evaluating what has happened becomes another issues
Yeah.
entirely. Now, I could bet you that if you go to some schools as we speak, during WAEC examinations like this, you could see a whole lot of abnormalities, going on. And then for them, on the other hand, sometimes um, you see some of their colleagues or some of their staff who go to institutions like that to go and check what they're doing. They keep complaining, oh, there was no logistic, there was no transport, the transport was too high, I didn't get to there, and you're not going to one particular school. They're going to send you to 2, 3, 4 schools, and you need to start paying transport, moving around and all of that. So you need logistics. So the question would be, did WAEC or would WAEC or have WAEC made all of these logistics available for them? If yes, then fine. If no, then how do you expect them to move around? Look at the minimum wage we're talking about. Most of them, their salaries cannot even take them to the junction, not to talk about having spare monies to move around. Look at house rent. Look at this. We're not trying to make excuses for them, but there again, on the other hand, let's look at our educational system per se. Can we boldly say that our children, most of our children, let me use that word because we still have a lot of brilliant and exceptional children, in schools, and we still have a lot of schools that are very good to go. Now, you're setting the same exams to all the students, irrespective of whether the school is having a laboratory for those who are doing science or not. You're setting the same exams across board. But if you look at the performances of most of these schools, you see a lot of schools are coming out excellently, and then schools are struggling. So on the other hand, do you want these schools to start showcasing that, oh, they are actually incompetent, or they didn't teach, or they didn't do this? But if you look at government on the other hand, the resources they give to schools, are there enough to equip these teachers and also transfer knowledges to these particular students as per se? Can children at that level walk quietly to their library or laboratory sciences to go and carry out experiments on their own? Do they have all of these resources? If they don't, how do you expect these children to be able to know what they are writing and all of that? But we are comparing them to other of their colleagues, in developed schools, in schools that have qualified teachers, the schools that have good libraries, and schools that have good laboratory systems and all of that. So you can't compare all of this or put together. So on the other hand, I think first, government must have to prioritize its own purpose, its own role, by first providing good adequate schools. We've talked about schools. You go to most schools and you'll be like, no, this is not a school, this shouldn't be called a school, because the environment itself is very dilapidated. Okay, and then look at the qualities of teachers they have, and then consider how the learning environment looks like. So you wouldn't expect children in that level to do exceptionally well as well. So it means governments have a lot of role to play in ensuring that they fix our schools, and also fix our
Well, they
institutions in the
need
state.
that should come in as a reevaluation of the WAEC accredited centers across the country, actually across the country, because
Yeah,
it's
so
one thing
this
to
is why this
demand.
is why a lot of persons are going to special centers, because if you are able to let's say the state ministry of education, if you're able to license a particular school to write WAEC, so it means they have all of these resources.
Mm.
And for those of you who are going for accreditation of these institutions, do they actually meet the criteria before you can say, okay, go ahead and write
Because
WAEC
you
in
also
this
have
center?
that mini corruption where
Yeah,
they
so
would come to a school,
do you
and then because that
understand?
school just provides them with small token of money, the next thing they do is they report something else that is not true,
So
at
that
the
is where
detriment of their
the issues
students.
come. So at that point in time, you wouldn't expect somebody is coming there from the WAEC to come and monitor what is happening, and you wouldn't expect them to do otherwise. But however, we are not supporting this kind of mediocrity. Okay, we're not supporting this kind of attitude from our said exams, such a magnified examination body. So what we're saying in essence is simple. This is a direct message to you out there. The institution, students should read, students should prepare themselves and write their exams. But the government, on the other hand, should ensure that institutions that are writing this kind of exams should be just like a jam per se. You look at the entire state now. They tell you, oh, the only place you need to write, let's say Calabar, is just 4 centers, and then the 4 centers, when you begin to go around to really look, and you ask yourself, does this really meet the real qualification for them to actually write exams? We have technical glitches, we have network issues, we have these, the
And we should
systems
actually
is not
stop.
enough, and then you want to compare what is also happening in, let's say, places like Abuja or Lagos, where you have good centers, where you have, do you understand? So you will not expect to see the same level of, if not for individual efforts, that a student will have to double up effort to ensure that he or she steps up. If
Aside
not,
that, actually, we actually need to stop encouraging money for grades. We need to stop encouraging money for grades, because at the end of the day, it goes a long way into producing half-baked individuals from secondary schools, and then they will enter in university space thinking that, okay, it's going to be easier for them. All this education we are doing from primary school, secondary school, it builds us up for the knowledge we are still going to acquire in university. For people that can attest to what I'm saying in year one, you realize that all you did in secondary school, your physics, your biology, your chemistry for science students, and what you did in your secondary school for literature and the likes, for the ones in arts and commercial too, what you did in your accounting, your financial accounting and economics, you realize that those things helped you. They were basic knowledge you had to learn, because if you hadn't learned those basic knowledges, you will not be able to assimilate the new information you've gotten from the university space. And I feel like we should stop encouraging money for grades, because when you do, that child will sit back and be so lackadaisical about their own exams. And WAEC exam, the certificate, you can carry it anywhere. And I'm sure it's something that you can present and say, oh, I have gone through series of education, I've gone through this part of education. It's something that it's a document that is accepted anywhere, because it's West African, it's accepted anywhere. So basically, it's an important exam that somebody needs to write with their full head, not the one that somebody is paying them, or they're going to special centers where they will get money and pay the invigilators, collect the cheats of the exam and write it. Then what's the use of the exam if you are getting cheats for it? Why not encourage reading culture in this child, so that this child will be able to represent you properly in that exam space, write the exams and come out in flying colors. Up till now, I'm so glad that my rec result is the way it is. Although I could have done better, but I know I can present it anywhere, anytime. I say yes, I'm proud of the certificate. So please do not encourage money for grades. You pay off an invigilator, pay off a teacher to help your child. Down to the parents, do not encourage those things, because you would end up um bringing half-baked individuals into the society, into the university space, and then they would realize why they are struggling in university space, when they neglected their basic training that they were supposed to have. So please, charity begins at home, as they all say. Charity begins at home, so we should start from there. And then to also, everyone in the university, in the secondary school space, education space, please, we're trying to curb corruption in the higher ups. We shouldn't be aiding corruption in our education space. There are some places that all this should not be found in. If not, it's going to be detrimental to the society at large. Anyways, that's it for the top story segments of the Morning Bus Show. We are going to go on a music break. When we come back, we'll take through the conversation of the day. Trust me, you want to stay tuned for this one, because it's actually a very, very interesting topic. Going back to the music, this is Dynamite by BTS. Do not touch that, that will be back before you know it.
'Cause I ain't the
Yes, welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. We're going straight to the conversation of the day, which is a very, very, very interesting one, might I add. There is an audio excerpt, but let me take you through the backbone of the story. So, Senator Asuko Ekpeyong has called for a review of Nigeria's firearm regulations, arguing that law-abiding citizens should have greater access to legal means of self-defense amidst rising security challenges across the country. The senator maintained that existing firearm laws should be reassessed to strike a balance between public safety and the constitutional rights of citizens to protect themselves in the face of growing insecurity. Now, I'm going to play the audio excerpts.
There is need, as Senator Ashiru alluded to review the Nigerian firearm law. We must get back to our people who elected us to represent them and find out their feelings on this. Distinguished colleagues, every man deserves the right to protect and defend his life and that of his family. And bringing a knife to a gunfight can never be a fair fight. We must discuss this. We must get back to our people.
Okay, that was the audio excerpt from Senator Asuko Okun reviewing the Nigerian firearms. So now the question is, I mean, we've heard this whole, we've heard what he said. The question now is, do you think allowing more citizens to legally own firearms would improve security and create more problems in the country? Do you think allowing more citizens to legally own firearms would improve security or create more problems in the country? Get to talk to us on 0809 058. 0809 058. You can send a text message to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, or you can drop a comment on our live stream. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook, we are Unical Rain International, and on YouTube, we are Unical Rain. This is a very, very, very controversial story. Very, very sensitive topic, might I add. So, according to the Nigerian law, under the Nigerian law, it is illegal for private citizens to own or carry or manufacture firearms without a valid license as mandated by the Firearms Act, Part 1, Introductory Section 1. A firearm license is not an automatic right and is granted at the strict discretion of the President or the Inspector General of Police. Okay, we have a call. Good morning, Mr. Casey.
Good morning to you, Sharon and Thompson. How you doing?
Good morning,
Doing fine, sir. Good
Mr.
morning,
Casey.
Yes, once again, this is your only one lover and only one, Mr. Casey is on the line.
Okay.
Welcome,
You
sir.
get to talk to us.
Let me quickly and tell you that legalizing firearms is not the solution of this we are facing in this country.
Okay.
I mean, United States, which is a developed country, who have done that, is regretting today. Because as a developing nation like ours, called Nigeria, you know, we are not have that capacity to counter what will be the outcome of the abusing that firearms if you were legalized.
Okay.
10 gun is okay for well-meaning Nigerians to own it and license it for self-defense.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you come to the Constitution, the Federal Republic of Nigeria Constitution, it gives provision that you have access to own at least 10 gun. But you must pass through the regular processes of legalizing that gun you own. But to say that you use it in order to solve the insecurity challenges you are facing in Nigeria is not going to be allowed. Because why am I saying so? State policing is the way to go if they want to counter insecurity in Nigeria instead of legalizing the firearms to every individual to
Okay, I think because of the network issues, we lost a caller.
Yeah.
But when we but Mr. Case, in case you want to call back and you have something to say, you can still call us. But yes, as I was clearly reading, I said the criteria for it, applicants must be at least 17 years old and must pass strict background checks, including reviews for criminal records, mental health, and substance abuse. You must not have a criminal record, pardon me. Any acquired license is only valid until December the 31st of the issuing year and requires annual renewal. Civilians are only permitted to apply for licenses for specific non automatic firearms like shotguns, single or double barrel, sporting rifles, and air guns. Automatic slash semi automatic rifles, machine guns, and pistols are strictly reserved for authorized security forces. So this is like the whole outlay of it. There's a lot more under this Firearms Act, which has been guarding Nigerians from the use of and they made the possession of firearms illegal in Nigeria. I personally feel that's not what we need at the moment. If you'd hand every Nigerian the power to take someone's life at their fingertips, there will be utter chaos. It's a rest. This is very. If they are cooking a recipe for disaster. I mean, we have the United States of America here. There's legal use of firearms. I mean, you can go and buy a firearm and claim it as yours. It could be in your house. An average American home has a rifle somewhere in their house.
Okay.
But look at what it has caused. They're attacking children. There are racial attacks also. There's chaos most of the times in that certain environment, and that place is developed to a certain extent more than our own side. But if we place the power to kill someone at the fingertips of each Nigerian, there will be utter chaos. On my perspective of things, other people will be able to control themselves. Some people would may be led by anger, and then the next thing they're taking someone's life because they have access to what to be able to take this person's life. This should not be the primary focus of our government today.
Yeah.
On my account, it should be that what they should be tackling is the insecurity problem. Train more officials. In fact, I feel like they have enough trained officials to actually help curb insecurity, because we have a lot of technical workforce. We have people on ground and are willing to serve the country, willing to protect the country at all costs. We do not need to have the power to own a firearm, because at the end of the day, if you own a firearm, you still need enough knowledge on how to use it, right?
Yeah.
You need knowledge on how to use it. That was another course entirely on its own, because some people would just want to get the firearm and feel like they don't need training on how to use it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you hear that an accident happened and somebody mistakenly shot somebody. And then we have very adventurous children at home.
Yeah.
And we have some Nigerian homes that they don't have perfect hiding spots for things like this. And it should not be encouraged in a Nigerian home, because we are not the same as developed countries. You see a developed country, you see where they will hide, most of the times they will hide their firearms under, like, on the deck of their houses. Like,
Yeah.
you see there's an open store, they put the gun inside there. There's a treasure chest where they keep their stuff inside there.
Yeah.
They will hide it properly so that children will not be able to see it.
Yeah.
There's some children that know that there's a firearm in the house, but because their parents have already trained them that this is not what you should not come near this thing, they wouldn't want to go near it. But in order to avoid accidents happening, because we are not prepared to have that set of power in our hands, we are not prepared for it. I'm not sure we are not prepared for it, because the Nigeria of today, nobody is patient enough. Nobody's tolerating anybody again. People barely tolerate each other again. Imagine recently we had a bus driver stabbed a tramway officer with a
Yeah.
screwdriver. Imagine if that officer, bus driver, has a gun
Yeah.
in their possession, illegal armed possession in their possession. It's something that we are not prepared for at the moment. And what we should be focusing on is the level of insecurity and how to change that, how to pivot that to the benefit of every Nigerian. We do not need the power to own a firearm, because most of us will not be able to use it. Most of us are actually afraid of taking someone's life to even engage in. self-defense. So we're not prepared for things like this. The government of the day should focus on how best to curb insecurity by using the technical workforce that they have on ground already. Deploy this set of individuals to places that are vulnerable, to communities that are vulnerable to these bandits attack, to places that are very vulnerable to things like this, and to make sure that these certain things don't happen, or when it happens they are able to curb it very very fast. Because I mean, you remember the Oyo State incident where we'll be hearing that bandits attacked for close to an hour.
Yeah.
Things happened in a wide space of time, and there was no security operative on standby. There's no proper fast action to curb this particular situation. That is the thing we should be focusing on, not giving Nigerians the power to own a firearm that they may not even use, or firearm that could cause them internal harm also. I feel like this particular thing would be a recipe for chaos in Nigeria if we were to give Nigerians the power to own the right to kill someone on the name of self-defense. Because Nigerians will not hear, oh, shoot in the leg, shoot in this, shoot in that. There will be rising case of gun violences. It will be going up periodically, and we do not need that as a country. We're already going through a lot. We're already going through a lot in different aspects of our economy. We do not want to add more problems to this. So, in government of the day, what you should be attacking is how best to solve these insecurities. Go back to the drawing board. Where are these vulnerable spots? I mean, learning from developed countries, they would literally I told you there's a round table where high military officials would sit down most of the time with the president and the vice president and the secretary general of the state. They would sit down together and view the entire map of their own country. Where are the red spots, the spots that are vulnerable to all these things, and where are the normal spots? How many troops do we have? How do we deploy these people? There are a lot of ways to solve these things like this without giving the citizen the power to create chaos. Because I'm telling you, gun violence is not something that we could curb if it happens. And the funny thing is that they're saying that if you are to review this act, proper policy implementation, how many policies have we made and implemented? That's the question I face. How many policies have we come up with and implemented also? So that should be equally looked into, because you may decide to review this law and give Nigerians the power to do this certain thing, and then before you know, you cannot enforce some particular rules guiding this said review of law. So this is not the main thing we should be looking at. We should be looking at insecurity, the main root of insecurity, and ways to curb it, not giving power of firearms to the person that is here.
Yeah, I think this this particular issue generated a lot of different opinions out there, because a lot of persons have begun to narrate how it all started in 2013, and how and how the government were not able to cope after they even came on board in 2015. So it's sad that those who actually brought all of this to Nigeria are sitting down and watching the country keep burning at all times. But however, I think this would have made more sense if the senator have streamlined and said those from Benue, those from Jos, those from Kaduna, those from Borno, those from this can be given this access at least for the meantime, until when the government itself have made up its mind to totally crack down on this particular unrest in the country. So if it wasn't specified this way, then it becomes a very huge concern or issues. However, I think it's quite important for Nigerians to ensure that they do not subscribe to this, because if it happens, trust me, most of these persons who either owe persons, credit, or somebody could accuse it falsely, and the next thing you see, boom, somebody is picking up and firearms against you.
Cool.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Casey. It's glad to have you back.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Thompson. Let me, I'm the kind of person that like to give conclusion to my topic.
Okay.
So as I was saying, Honorable Asoko Ekpenyong, who is raising that emotion, didn't consult people before moving that kind of emotion. Well, that is his opinion. But as far as I'm concerned, my opinion at the Senate chamber there, I don't think we are going to concur for that kind of bill to continue on reading. Okay? Looking at the kind of challenges we are facing here as a country, as a Nigeria, that is not what happened for state policing. What happened for this Peace Corps that already trained and well trained and going to be established? What happened? Why can't you brought all those things? These are the mechanisms that are put in place already by this past administration in order to contain insecurity in Nigeria. What happened? Bring them back and implement them, fund them. Let them start operating, or you can use them as a security and this community policing, as Mr. President said the other day. You see, what happened? You kind of I beg, please, we don't subscribe for such a thing like that, because what is going to happen is that Nigeria, now they are going to abuse it to an extent. Every street there will be death. Every street there will be chaos, anarchy everywhere. So we don't subscribe for this kind of a thing. We are still developing. We are not yet matured for that kind of a bill. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Casey. Like he rightly said, we are not ready for what's
So if you look at it, it's because just like you wrote out the requirements, for anyone to possess firearms, if you take a look on it, you could say that, look, we are not ready. That's not what we should be talking about here. The National Assembly should, as a matter of fact, hold Mr. President to ransom and leave this act of in your Made we shall stand, and call the president to order, call the service chiefs to order. If they cannot produce good results, fire them off. So why are you keeping them? Why are we keeping all of these guys? We have DSS, we have the civil defense, we have the police, we have the army, the navy, the air force. All of these guys are out there, and this is happening all the time. Just a couple of days ago, there were tweets that a lot of military men were also attacked, and we keep asking questions: what is happening? What is going on?
Exactly. Like we are not actually ready for things like this. We're not ready for things like this. We should actually hold people accountable. Why are these things not being done? Because there's no proper communication between the government and its people. So, and that is why you're leaving the people in utter confusion. And then you're coming out to say we should review the firearm law and give these people power to own and access a weapon. Well, he did say afterwards that we would go back and hear from the said citizens. And as a citizen, we are not ready for any gun violence to bring. We are not ready at all for it. I mean, if we have not curbed insecurity. Imagine trying to control the use of firearms when almost everyone in different houses have firearms. That's another problem entirely that has been created, that would be created if this particular law is reviewed and everybody is allowed the power to own a particular weapon or the other. But this is another call. We have been seeing a lot of tussles, a lot of back and forth insecurity. There's a problem on hand, and then we are seeing said governments going to different other places instead of solving the thing that is meant to be solved, instead of looking into what is glaring us right in the face. I mean, these bandits are posting pictures, they're taking pictures, they are going live, and we are still here. And our said leaders are still looking for different ways at which to address the situation, because to me it's looking like they know the root cause. They're just rigmaroling and beating around the bush instead of solving the main thing that can actually help us move forward. So this is a call in case you have not registered for your voters card. In case you have not done your voters card, you've not gotten your PVC, please avail yourself to get your PVC. If you are around the school campus, there's one just by the school gates, just by the school main gates. There's one there. You can go and register. They usually close by I think 2 o'clock, 2 or 3 or so, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
By 4.
Please, no. He told me when I came by, I think 3. I had to beg him to actually attend to me because I was like, I came from work. Like that's why I came late and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So please avail yourself. Go and register for your PVC. Your vote counts. Anybody that is sharing any mindset that your vote does not count is lying to you. Your vote counts. This is a little way we can actually, a little speck of hope that we could drop there. When it's time to finally vote, you come outside and exercise your franchise and vote the right people in government that you can hold accountable at any point in time. Please, government that has the minds of the people at heart and adequately performs duly so to the benefits of the people they are leading. Please avail yourself to get your PVCs as much as possible. We are about to draw the curtains on this episode of the show, but before we go, let's give you the quote of the day. The quote of the day is: every sunset is proof that endings can be beautiful, and every sunrise is proof that beginnings are possible. Every sunset is proof that endings can be beautiful, and every sunrise is proof that beginnings are possible. So as much as possible, this quote actually to me resonates a reason to hope and believe. So long as you stood up this morning and you're alive, you took a deep breath in and you felt oxygen through your lungs, there is hope. As long as there's sunset, there's proof that endings can be beautiful. Because I mean, have you relaxed to actually watch sunset? Watch out the sunset. You relax, you see how beautiful it is, and also the sunrise too. Only because we do the hustle and bustle, we go up and down, we don't actually calm down to realize how beautifully nature is and how nature is designed. So these things are proofs that beginnings are possible and endings can be beautiful as much as possible. From me to you, I'm saying, start your day on a positive note. I mean, if you're already tuned in, your day is already going, it's going to go fine already. So start your day on a positive note. Carry it on with a positive mindset as much as possible, because with a positive mindset you can achieve more than with a negative mindset. Also carry an umbrella to prepare for the weather ahead, and also try to be the reason why somebody smiles this morning. Try to be the reason why somebody believes that there are kind people out there. We do this with you every weekdays from 7:30 to 10 a.m. We are the Morning Bus Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. You can actually connect with us on our social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, and X. We are Unical Radio. On Facebook, we are Unical Radio International, and on YouTube, we are Unical Rain. Stay tuned because we have more exciting shows coming your way, and we also have exciting tunes and melodies that you definitely do not want to miss out on hearing. From me to you, I'm saying goodbye and good morning. Have a nice day.